Hello ladies, welcome to Get It Girl Beauty. I'm really excited. I finally got my YouTube. Yay! I really want to thank all of you girls who pushed me, who told me to do it. You know who you are. But this YouTube channel is kind of targeted for the 30 and over crew. I mean, younger people who do have problematic skin, so this channel is for everybody, but a lot of the YouTube you don't find it for the 30 and over. So I really hope my tips and tricks help you guys, and sometimes you forget those tricks, so this is a refresher. You probably already know them, but this is a refresher. So you saw the soft glam that I am going to create for you guys today. So if you want to see how I created it, keep on watching. And also thank you. Make sure you guys subscribe, because I will be doing more crazy look, fun looks, tips, tricks, all of that. And I would also take requests, okay? So you always can message me and I will try to, you know, do what you guys ask, okay? So thank you so much, and let's get on to the video. So anytime you do makeup, ladies, it's very important that you moisturize your face. If you do not moisturize your face, any cakiness, any like dried skin, dry patches, your makeup is going to absorb it and you're going to see it, and it's not going to look flawless and pretty. So in the back of my hand, I used, this is the L'Oreal Revitalift. This stuff is amazing. I've been using this for 2 months, and honestly I've seen a major difference. So I'm just going to use a pea-sized amount, put it in my fingertips, and I'm going to pretty much in my main areas of concern, and I'm going to put that. Don't forget your neck. Your neck is very important, because you don't want your face to look flawless and your neck to look wrinkly, you know. So let's get that, and I'm just gonna kind of dab it in like this, and then let's let that dry. After your moisturizer has dried, main thing as well is you want to use an eye cream. Any eye cream that you like, you can use. I have a really inexpensive, this is the Equate from like Walmart. So I'm just going to put this amount like this, also a pea-sized amount. I'm going to put it on both of my fingers, and I'm going to just kind of dab it right here in the corners of my eyes. And you're going to want to use, I apply with this, but you're going to want to really kind of work it in with your ring fingers. Your ring fingers are going to apply the less pressure under your eyes. And under your eyes is one of the softest parts of your skin, and that's the part that will wrinkle the fastest. And then anything left over, I'm gonna put it right here in my smile line, like that. Like, and you're gonna make it work like up like that. And then we're gonna let that dry up. Okay. So while all of that lotion and under eye cream, that's all set in my face now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use, this is gonna be a primer. You see it? This is like a silicone type of primer. I'm going to use the pea amount, but I'm not going to apply it all over my face. I'm going to apply it in my T-zone right here, because I have very textured skin around my nose. So I want to make sure that that is not going to make my makeup look textured, patchy. I don't want the makeup to kind of crease in here. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm also going to put it under my nose. I have allergies, so I'm always sniffling, and I don't want my makeup to come off. So these are going to be the problematic areas right here, and whatever's left over I'm going to put it underneath my eyes here, just to give it extra moisture. Now if you do have oily skin, I would avoid using moisturizer, or use a moisturizer directed for oily skin, okay? Probably would skip that step and just go to primer, and then I'll just moisturize at night, so that way when you wash your face it's clean instead, okay? All right, so while that's all here, we're going to move on to the eyes. My brows are done. I know you guys are going to want to know how I do them. I'm going to make a separate video on that. That's going to be in video number 2, okay? I promise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this concealer. This is Full Color Concealer. This one is in number 03. And I'm going to use this. Come on. I'm going to use this as a eyeshadow base, okay? I like to use this for an eyeshadow base. I don't like using an eyeshadow base for me. Like for instance, MAC Paint Pot and all that. That actually makes my eyelids very dry. So we're not going to do that, okay? I'm just going to look up at the camera right here. And I'm going to blend this with, this is going to be a damp beauty blender, okay? And this is from my store. I like the angle of it, because it's going to help me get really in these problematic areas. And then I'm just going to swoosh over the side like this, okay? Just going to do the same thing to the other side. the translucent powder that I'm using is also from Focalure, and this is in the color Transparent Chiffon, and it looks like this. Very, very, very nice. It's a little bit too light for me, but I'm still using it because it's still a very good coverage for setting powder, and I'm gonna set that so that my concealer doesn't crease. You don't want your concealer to crease, okay? If you have dry eyelids, I probably would skip this step. When you dealing with dry eyelids, less is more, okay? You could literally put an actual eyeshadow color instead of using this. Okay, so now that I have set my eyes, we're gonna go on to the eyeshadow, which is my favorite part. So the palette that I'm going to use today is also from Focalure, and this one here is going to be the Prague palette, okay? So this is a beautiful palette. So the colors that I'm going to go, first I'm going to put this color here all over the eyelid. I'm going to go in with this color, and then I'm going to put this color in the corner, because remember, it's a soft glam look, okay? Let me go put my chair down a little bit so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to take like a packing brush, and this is from e.l.f. okay, make sure that's clean. Okay, I'm gonna get a packing brush, and then I'm just gonna take the lighter color and I'm gonna put that on my eyelid, okay, just to give it some color. You can skip this step if you don't think it's necessary, because we did put the translucent powder, but I'm gonna use it anyway because I like it to look a little bit more color, not so white, and it's a very subtle color, but still it does the job, okay? So let me go back here. So the next color we're gonna use is the brown, the kind of orangey one. I'm gonna put a little picture down below so you guys can see. So I'm gonna take it, and you want to make sure that you do tap off any excess. This brush, I'm not sure if it's going to be the best, but you're going to start it from the corner right here and go into circular motions, and then you're going to make your way up, okay? You're going to continue to do that until you get the desired color that you're looking for, but I'm just going to target it right here and then kind of go like this in window washer motions, okay? So I'm gonna go like this in window washer motions, and then until I get the desired color. I'm gonna move on to color number 3. Now the color number 3 I'm gonna use this. This is Sonia Kashuk brush, and it's going to be like an angled brush because I want to be more precise in that corner. So I'm going to use the darker color, Powder Tower, tap it off a little bit. I'm just going to kind of focus that color right over here and build it just a little bit. Let me get my hand up. Just a little bit up. Okay, and I am going to blend it, but I just want to make sure that I really pack that color on there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for the other eye. And then I'm going to take a blending brush and you're going to blend it. And if you need to add more color, if you need to add more when you're blending it, that's totally fine. But we're going to blend it with a nice little blending brush. This one is, I don't even know, I got it from like Amazon. So it's not like a name brand or anything like that. It has no name. So I'm just going to use this blending brush and I'm going to go in circular motions. So when you go up, you can bring the product up. So you want to not go too high up. You don't want to go too high to your brow bone, okay? So you're just going to go up, but not too high, in circular motions. Now we're going to move on to color number 4, And that color is actually just kind of a sparkle pigment. I'm trying to figure out which one. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this one here. It's just a very, I'm gonna actually mix two. It's a very shimmery color. We're just gonna focus this color right into the middle, okay? And it's just a very subtle color. But remember, this is soft glam. We're not gonna do too much. And I'm gonna use my finger to get it a little bit more precise when it comes to the shimmers and like kind of colors that it's okay to use your fingers as long as they're clean. Now that the liner is done, I'm gonna take this beam. It's like a liquid metallic glitter liner, and I'm just gonna focus this right in the middle of the line that we did. Okay, it's just gonna add a little bit of pop. It's not gonna do much, but it is gonna add a pop of color. Okay. There we go. Just like that. Super yuck. Okay. So I'm gonna put my lash. I'm gonna grab it. Okay. Is it the right? You want to make sure that you're grabbing for the right eye. All right. So if you look on here, that's the glue amount that you should have, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my little clampers like this, and I'm just gonna fan it. You wanna wait a couple seconds before you apply the lashes. If you apply them right away, then the glue is gonna slip and slide and you're gonna make a mess, okay? And you're gonna mess up your eyeshadow, your eyeliner, everything that you worked so hard for. So you're just gonna wait. You're gonna want it to get tacky, so you could blow on it. So just make sure that it's nice and tacky, okay? And I'm just gonna kind of fan it until it's ready to be applied, okay? When you apply the false lashes, you're gonna want to put them in like this, okay? So before, while that's kind of settling in, I'm gonna put some mascara. So this mascara is just an argan oil mascara. I'm not going to use a lot. I'm going to use very little, because if I use too much, my lashes are naturally curly and it's going to be impossible for me to get that lash on. So I'm just going to apply it just a little bit just to darken it. And then also, I don't like to put too much mascara on the lash because then I'm going to have to wash it a lot sooner. So I'm going to get a small mirror, and I'm going to have to use the mirror to guide me, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the middle, clip it on the middle. Come on. There we go. And then I'm going to take the corner, clip it on the corner, and then this corner right here. And there you have it, a beautiful lash. Foundations, okay? Shake it up. So the two foundations I'm going to use, this one is going to be the NYX. This one is Can't Stop, Won't Stop in the color Buff. And then I'm going to use this one from the Folklore. This is in color 4, and this is the Skin Evolution. These two together are amazing. And you see all of these freckles and stuff that I had? Watch them disappear. Now, if you don't want to get rid of your freckles, then I would just use the Folklore. And I would just use the Folklore, because the Folklore is a very subtle. It's very subtle. Oops, it's a very subtle foundation, but it's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna I may be almost done. I'm gonna put that in the back of my hand. I've been using this little guy for, oh my god, I've been using this little guy for like 2 months now, and it's still going. So a little goes a long way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is my Real Techniques brush. This is a buffing brush, and I'm going to use in the back of my hands. I'm going to mix both of those, and I'm going to go ham. I'm just going to go like this. See that? And I'm going to bring it down to my neck. It's very important to bring it down to your neck, guys, because you don't want to have that tiger stripe, okay? That's not fun. Nobody does it anymore. It's 2020. I'm just kidding. Someone's gonna buff. If you do have fine lines, a way to help it from settling in when you do your foundation is you're gonna go like this. Okay, and it really helps get into those problem areas. I'm gonna put some on my forehead. Be careful when you go to your unibrow. Okay. Okay. And now we're gonna go on with the concealer, the fun part. When I do my foundation, when I do my contour, and when I do my concealer, I always mix two colors. Reason being is I have yellow and pink skin tones, okay? So if you notice, sometimes you get a foundation and it's too pinky, or sometimes you get it as too yellow. If you mix a cool and a warm, you're gonna get your happy medium. If you have that problem, if you don't have that problem, you're lucky, because you don't have to buy two different shades, okay? So I do have that problem. So what I'm gonna use for concealer is I'm gonna use the Focalor, same one that I use for my eyes, the number 3, and then I'm gonna use a Pro Concealer in color Yellow Corrector, okay? So I'm just gonna get that here like this, like a tiger. When doing your concealer, you're gonna want to do it like this, okay? And then I'm gonna get it on the side of my nose, and then I'm also gonna get it like right here, okay? Like that. It looks a little crazy, but trust the process. Okay, so now I'm gonna take very little bit of this one here, because this one here is a salmon color, very light salmon color, okay? But those two together is gonna kind of weigh out the two colors like I said before. So now I'm gonna get this is a clean, I cleaned it even though it looks dirty, but it's just stained. This is a cleaner brush, and I'm gonna blend that in. And make sure you get right under here. Eye contact. And if you could already see, it's already like brightening underneath your face. And it is, without putting, you know, the foundation underneath there, you're gonna cause less wrinkles underneath your eyes. So let's just blend that up. So when you do your under eyes, the translucent powder, you want to go back with your sponge, make sure there's no lines, because if you don't, once you set that, you know, set it, forget it, you better forget it, because any line or wrinkle is going to stay there. So most people use a beauty blender to use translucent powder. I don't actually. I use a little powder, what is it, like a beauty sponge. So with a different beauty sponge, I'm just going to go over here, make sure I take any excess off. And now I'm going to take my banana powder. It's almost finished. I'm going to take my banana powder, the Benai banana powder, and I'm going to put it in the back of my... Oh man, she's all gone. Okay, I'm going to put it in the back of the cap. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it underneath my eye. For me, this just helps it. I don't even know why. But this gives me a better application than when I use a sponge. When I use the sponge, it makes me very, very cakey. So this way here, it does not make me cakey. And that's it for my banana powder. I'm all done. Anywhere that I put concealer, that's where you're gonna want to put this banana powder. I still see them. They're just hiding. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna let that set. While that sets, you're gonna want to make sure you leave your translucent powder for at least 10 minutes. No less than 10 minutes, kind of no more than 10 minutes. The reason being is if you take it off too early, it defeats the purpose. And if you leave it on too late, it's gonna be really hard to swoop it off, okay? So I'm gonna leave this settling for 10 minutes and then we're gonna go on to another step. Okay, so now that it's been 10 minutes, I'm gonna take this is my indelible beauty brush. And I'm just gonna kind of swipe off any powder that we have, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to use some concealer to contour my face. Okay, so I applied a little bit of lip balm just so I'm having my lips moisturized before I actually put lipstick, okay? So what I'm gonna do is for my concealer, I'm gonna mix, where is it? Okay, sorry. I'm gonna mix, this one here is deep cinnamon and then this is deep olive. I'm gonna mix these together. Like I said, I like to mix colors because it's gonna give me a better application. I put it in the back of my hands. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of use this smaller buffing brush. I'm gonna get my hair out of the way. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna get my hair out the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go, so if you ever wonder where to put your concealer, you're gonna see this brush is round, right? You're gonna roll it on your face. Right where your cheekbone ends, that's where you're gonna put your contour, okay? So mine ends right here. I'm gonna put it here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna brush it up, okay? So with a clean brush, so what I'm gonna use a brush like this and I'm gonna, in circular motions, but I'm gonna go up, okay? The reason why you want to go up is if you go down, you're going to make your face look long. And the whole purpose of contour is to make your face look snatched. Okay? So if you can already see from this side to this side, this one is already like, yes, girl. Yes. Okay? You do the same thing to this side. Up here. Okay? Get my hair out of the way and then use the same brush, go up but in circular motions. There we go. And then also you don't want to go too far in. You want to make sure it's 2 fingers, okay, away. If you go too far in, it's going to make your face look dirty and muddy. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the forehead. Let me move my headband up. And then I'm just going to kind of go like right here. For the one in my forehead, I'm going to use my sponge. Jeez, to kind of get it in there. Ooh. And I am gonna set that, guys, with I'm gonna set this with a contour powder. Okay, so there you go. Now we're gonna work on my nose. Okay, guys, so to work on the nose, you're gonna need 2 different type of brushes. You're gonna want a flat brush like this, okay? Any flat brush. This one here, it's like I said, I get some of my brushes from Wish. I don't judge you guys, okay? So I'm gonna get this brush here, but I'm gonna look at this mirror from my palette just so that I can be precise, okay? So I'm gonna try to look down here like this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here like this, okay? Like that. Try to get as a straight line as you can. There we go. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Okay, so now with the rest, I'm gonna put some down here like this, okay? And this is just gonna make my nose look snatched, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the Beauty Blender, and we're just gonna, the same thing, the same concept with the contour. You're gonna blend, but you're gonna blend up. and you're gonna want to make sure you get to the brow, okay? Because that's gonna make it look. Okay guys, I'm gonna take the white chiffon, sorry, the transparent chiffon, and I'm gonna take this with a Precise, this is dry, a Precise beauty blender, okay? So the reason I don't like to use it wet, like I said, it, to me it doesn't justify being wet, okay? Everybody's different, this is me, okay? So I'm just gonna take it right here, okay? And that's just going to help it get snatched. Ooh. And then we're going to put a little bit down the middle. Okay, so we're going to let that settle, okay? So while that's settling in, we're going to go on with the contour powder. So I'm gonna use, this is the Morphe. I know she beat up you guys, but I use it. This is the Morphe 8H, and I'm gonna use Donut and Blogger. This color is what I usually use when I'm nice and tan. Quarantine life got me not tan. Okay, so anywhere that I put that bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. So this is from Adara. Now this is Adara Paris. This is from Mexico. I don't think it's available in the US, but your girl got it, but I don't sell it. So we're just gonna go here. I'm gonna use this color right over here just to add a little bit of more color to me, okay? So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna wipe off the powder from my nose. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this powder here on a brush like this. I'm gonna use a little bit of this, and just to kind of set the contour concealer. And then I'm gonna put a little bit here just to round up my nose, just a tad bit, to make it look normal and real. You want to look real, right? I don't want to look fake. Okay, so now that that's all done, we're gonna go with blush, okay? The blush I'm gonna use today is, just because this is a more subtle look, I'm gonna use the Adara Paris 3-in-1, and I'm gonna go in with this nice pink. I'm gonna take a blush brush. I don't know who this is from. Probably came in with a little smile a little bit. She's a very pretty blush. Okay, and then same thing. If you go too hard, let's wipe some off. Yes, get it, girl. Highlight. This is my absolute favorite highlight. This one here is the Sculpt Glow. This is from Folklore in number 3. Ladies, this highlight right here is bomb. Before I put the highlight, sorry, I'm gonna use my setting spray. Okay, let's set this spray here. Let's set this face. You guys, this setting spray is just like, so now that my setting spray has settled, we're going to take this highlight. She is my favorite highlight. Okay guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it right here. I'm going to take it right here. Okay, and now I'm going to take, this one is a little bit more precise, right over here. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit under my brow right here, just a little bit over here, just to give it a little like shine. Okay, Then I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm gonna circle it right here. Oops, sorry, moving the camera. Guys, she's bad. Okay, now anywhere where the light hits, I'm gonna put some on my forehead right here. Right here. I love putting it right here. A little bit on my chin. A little bit right here. The reason why I like to put it right here in my lip, it helps me get that nice line for my lipstick. Okay, so I'm gonna go back with a fan brush and go back into that and just kind of buff it out even more. Okay. All right. Now let's go on to, I'm gonna pinch my lashes off the camera because I gotta really get in there, and then I'm gonna put some liner. Okay, ladies, so I did apply under eye mascara. So I'm sorry, under eyeliner. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna go back here with my Prague palette, and I'm gonna take a small brush. Oh, this is fine, something like this, and I'm gonna go back with that color to go under here. Just to smoke it out and make it look super pretty. Here we go. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. And then I'm gonna take this, like a shimmer, a golden shimmer, and I'm just gonna put a little bit in this corner right here. It's more like glitter. It's really pretty. Just to add some color. And then with the same brush, I'm gonna wipe it a little bit. I have a towel right here. Ooh. I'm gonna take the same highlight and I'm gonna highlight right in the inner corner right here. And that's just gonna brighten up the inner corner of your face. That's all. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this liner and I'm going to go over the lashes so that if there's any glue or anything, it doesn't look noticeable. Because you don't want to look like that girl. So the two colors that I'm going to use for my lipstick, which are my absolute favorite, these are both from Indelible Beauty. This is number 08 and 05. 08, I'm going to put it in most of my lips, and then 05, I'm just going to kind of target that at the ends to make it like a nice, kind of like a little bit darker, but I don't want a really dark lip because remember, this is soft glam. Okay, so now, is it soft glam? This is glam. Sorry. Okay, ladies, this is the finished look. I really hope you liked it. If by any chance you want a certain look, or you know, a certain trick, message me and I'll try my best to accomplish that for you guys. Okay, so I really hope that you like my look. I really hope that you had fun with me, and yes, until next time, don't forget to get it, girl. Bye.